Hollywood Rock returned on SmackDown last night and joined the Bloodline. We've got the real reason why The Rock turned heel, and the Elimination Chamber lineup has been confirmed on last night's SmackDown. Stay tuned for the news. Now, a few weeks ago, we saw the shocking return of The Rock on SmackDown. He, of course, came and stole the spotlight from one Cody Rhodes, and it sparked a lot of boos from the crowd.
He made the Royal Rumble redundant.
He did make it.
He made the Royal Rumble redundant.
So you would say that the boos were earned.
Yeah.
The boos were earned.
Very earned.
Then a week later, we had the WrestleMania press conference. Now, that has gone down. That went really well. I think that was a great piece of storytelling. But The Rock went a little bit heelish. You know, of course, Cody Rhodes is the all-American babyface. He's the good guy. He's the guy we all want to cheer and see him finish his story. But The Rock slapped him. And everyone was going, oh, is this a heel Rock? Are we getting a heel Rock?
Is this what's going to have to happen in order to make this all work?
And he went really heelish. He was sort of eating up the booze and doing all that sort of stuff, but it seems like last night he's just gone full heel, because he came out on last night with a sort of Versace waistcoat, very reminiscent of his Hollywood Rock's waistcoat, but also the Attitude Era Rock's clothing.
Yeah,
he had some gold chains around his neck. He looked like a heel.
I think, everybody was sort of leaning into it as straight after the Las Vegas incident with, is it going to be Hollywood Rock? Is it potentially going to be Hollywood Rock?
Yep.
And yes, like our prayers have been answered. They've listened, and we're getting Hollywood Rock. And
he got in the ring, and he went straight for the jugular of the crowd, right? So he immediately went straight for them, calling this Salt Lake City crowd inbred. He threw insults at the Utah Jazz, which you never insult a local basketball team or baseball team or football team. You just never do that. He's crossed the line. He then told an audience member to shut your mouth, fatty, or The Rock will come there and slap the herpes off your face. He didn't hold back.
The best part of this entire promo, and while it's great, right? It feels like we're kind of stepping back in time a little bit. Best part of the entire thing is just watching Jimmy Uso's face.
yeah.
He's just like, it's just watching him react to every single thing as it's just falling out The Rock's mouth. It's great.
It was such a good segment to establish who The Rock is in 2024 as this person. He said he blamed the crowd, in fact, actually, for bringing out a side of The Rock that hasn't been seen for almost 20 years.
Yeah, because they couldn't just cheer him. They had to ruin the best ever WrestleMania main event ever, which would have been Roman Reigns versus Rock in best match ever.
Exactly. The greatest WrestleMania match of all time. And when he said that, sort of, you saw Reigns and Heyman being like, oh yeah. Well, he blamed the crowd. He said that this dormant side of him has been in him this entire time, but they've awoken it. He called the crowd spoiled, entitled little crybaby bitches, and that Cody Rhodes did not deserve another shot at Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, despite, as you said, winning the Royal Rumble.
But Roman did beat him last year, so who wants to see a rematch? Nobody wants to see it. Completely correct. Let's just roll with Roman, and sorry, Dwayne, you were completely correct.
He was correct. Well, the crowd didn't agree with him. They booed him quite heavily in this, but The Rock... And now the framing for this was quite interesting. He said he will do everything in his power that you will lose at WrestleMania, alluding to Cody Rhodes. But the camera angle was really cool, because they pulled it to the side, and where The Rock was pointing at the crowd, it looked like he was pointing at Roman. It was like that, and he was like, I will make sure you lose at WrestleMania. I feel like we might get a little bit of tension between him and The Rock.
Something amiss?
Yeah.
Well, he ended the segment with the classic "if you smell," but changed the ending to "what the Bloodline is cooking," and then you got the little,
they put the
little ident.
They put the ones up. And he looks like The Rock is a member of the Bloodline. He is the High Chief, The Rock. I'm buzzing to see what they do as part of this, and I hope that they're going to be there every single week.
It's a very big ask, but I think if we get that weekly, it's going to be unreal. Maybe I'd take fortnightly, but please weekly. Weekly would be amazing. But shining a little bit more light on why The Rock turned heel overall, the Wrestling Observer newsletter stated revealed that The Rock's heel turn was seen as necessary by a few people backstage, and claimed that the combination of bad publicity The Rock got from Black Adam and with Young Rock being cancelled, the decision was made that it wasn't good for Johnson to be booed heavily as a babyface. The report notes that this is why he made the choice to go heel, heel, with the belief being that the booing can be explained as him playing a heel wrestler, which he reportedly said he was happy to do. So when everybody goes, look, they're booing him. Everybody hates Dwayne. Look, everybody hates him. He's like, they're supposed to hate me.
And he's already done that. He's done that on Twitter, where he was criticised for certain things, where they were like, this is a whole crowd booing Dwayne Johnson for this one issue, and he was like, guys, this is an angle. I'm playing a heel wrestler. I'm glad they turned him heel. It makes the most sense for the story. It's going to get, as much as it pains me to say that Cody losing at WrestleMania last year and all the drama around the Royal Rumble and everything, if this works, this could make him an even bigger deal.
Oh yeah,
even bigger
massively. But if we just get the tag match, then I don't know what the hell's going to happen. We'll
get the tag match, then he's going to win. He's going to win.
First ever double WrestleMania main event.
We'll get The Rock next year. They happen simultaneously.
Yeah.
Simultaneously, where it's Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns versus The Rock. Cody can't hit The Rock. The Rock can't hit Cody. They both go for Reigns.
If they time it right, they can time it like tennis, so everybody in the audience will be doing this, like strike by strike.
That's what we want to see. Yeah. That is what we want to see. Well, you mentioned tag teams. Well, a tag team on SmackDown last night underwent a name change / got a new name. Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. We know them as British Strong Style. We've known them that way for almost 10 years now. They've started to team on the main roster, and in a backstage segment, they sort of floated some new ideas. Now, Tyler Bate suggested the new Catch Republic, and Dunne, I say he seemed okay. It was Dunne where he looked happier.
Right.
You know, he sort of seemed content with it.
He seemed less angry at that.
He's less angry. That's the
are they going to come out with NCR Troopers from like New Vegas?
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
If we're not going to sign that deal with Bethesda, Nick Khan, there's no point in anything. Just cancel Mania.
Absolutely cancel Mania. But I'm intrigued to see why they didn't just go with British Strong Style.
Well, it might be a rights issue. It might be just wanting to try something new.
Trying something new.
Merchandising, you know.
Yeah, I suppose that gets them the ownership of it. But we're going to stay with SmackDown just now, because it was also revealed who has signed with the blue brand. Who is it, Sam?
Big brawny breaky breaks.
Oh, it is. He's going to break some things on SmackDown, isn't he?
He's going to be a great fit for SmackDown.
I think, definitely a great fit for SmackDown. Boosts that upper mid-card sort of main event scene, because he feels like someone who is primed.
Bring him in and treat him like they treat Brock in 02.
He is primed.
Have him come in and just beat Roman on a random SmackDown for the belt.
Bring up Baron Corbin. I want the Wolf Dogs. The Wolf Dogs need to be on SmackDown, because they're the current NXT Tag Team Champions. Of course, they won that just the other week. Baron Corbin, Braun Breaker. I'm surprised we didn't see him with a tag belt, but on SmackDown last night, Nick Aldis made the announcement in front of the live crowd that he's the newest SmackDown.
Sean's already said he's got unfinished business, so he's going to probably be floating between for quite a while yet.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we're going to stick with some WrestleMania stuff just now, because according to a report from PW Insider, despite previous reports suggesting WWE plans to host next year's WrestleMania 41 in Minneapolis, they could be looking to change this and move the show to Las Vegas. Now, per the report, there have been rumblings about Las Vegas hosting the event, with the influence of WWE and TK owner Endeavor said to be playing a big part in this proceeding. The report says the old traditions and the plans are out the window in favor of whatever they deem is best for the company. I'm not surprised they want Vegas. They've just had the Super Bowl there.
Vegas makes absolute sense. UFC already does a lot with Vegas, right? Yep. TKO's already got a lot of contacts, I'd imagine, because of that in and around Vegas. We know that Vegas will turn up for a wrestling event, and people will travel to Vegas for a wrestling event because it's happening all the time with AEW. And also think of the absolute amount of money you can hold wrestling fans upside down and shake out their pockets.
In Vegas, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's like this perfect combination, and the fact that Vegas, there's always something to do. There's never not something to do.
I mean, you've been,
I think it's one of those things where you have like a whole week, nobody's going to be bored. Everybody's going to be broke at the end of it, but nobody's going to be bored.
It'll be an incredible week. Plus, packing out
Donny
Osmond.
Stadium. Get him in there.
Penn and Teller in WrestleMania.
Disappearing somebody in the main event. Disappear Cody. Yeah. And then he's just gone for it.
There's so many options for how you get all these Vegas acts involved in WrestleMania. Yeah, I'm sold, Sam. WrestleMania 41.
The cast of Father of
Do
Pride.
It in Vegas. Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's looking very far ahead to a big pay-per-view, but we've got a big pay-per-view coming up a week today, being Elimination Chamber. Now, the full lineup for the men's Elimination Chamber match was confirmed on last night's SmackDown, when Kevin Owens beat Dominic Mysterio to earn a spot in the match after a little bit of confusion at ringside from R-Truth. Later in the night, Logan Paul was able to beat The Miz to earn his place in the match. A rare Logan Paul SmackDown match. I think maybe
he signed the deal. He's not allowed to have his Fridays now, right?
Exactly.
He didn't read the fine print. Yeah, it's on him.
It's
no skidoos and jet skis today for you, son.
No, just the US Championship and hard hitting The Miz. But they will be joining Randy Orton. They'll be joining Randy Orton, LA Knight, Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley a week today. Alongside this, Tiffany Stratton and Naomi both earned spots in the Women's Chamber match. Elimination Chamber looks to be a great event. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm just very excited to see how the Australian crowd's going to go down. Obviously, we saw the first Super Showdown was in Australia?
It was. MCG. Triple H, John Cena.
So I think that, that gave us a good indication, but now with somebody the caliber of Rhea Ripley presently on the card, it's going to be
she's going to be the absolute star of that. But I can't wait to see.
Next Saturday is going to be a weird one schedule-wise. We'll just say that now. We don't know when news is going to happen. It might be much later in the day.
It's going to be a busy one. But we will catch you later on for more news today on this very channel. We're going to go get some coffees, wake up a little bit, and come back with more wrestling news.
Bye-bye.